Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the semifinals match, the first of our semifinals matches between Harpo and Nev. Apologies as I think one of the panels was not updated properly. But yeah, I'm your host for tonight, Ink, and for comms, we got Koeval and Nibbles. How are you both doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good tonight. Excited to check out this matchup between Nev and Harpo, and yeah, really looking forward to this commentary. How are you doing, Nibbles?
I'm doing well. Looking forward to seeing how Harpo chills with Nev, because I played Nev in this tournament and got 2-0'd very quickly.
Right.
Yeah, gonna be some.
Oh, go on, Koeval.
I was just gonna say, gonna be some tough matchup. A tough matchup tonight versus Nev versus Harpo, both veterans. So, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. This one, of course, is going to be a best of 5, so there's going to be definitely some something of a stamina factor in this series as well. But that being said, guys, any predictions? What the score will be? Who will take it?
What do you think, Nibbles?
For me, it's a really hard one to pick because Harpo has been gone for a long time, so we haven't gotten to see him play that much recently, except what we've seen bits and pieces in this tournament. But I think he might have some surprise factors that'll help him win.
Yeah, so you'd go for Harp.
Yeah, I would, but I think it's going to be very close.
Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty close too. I'd probably go Harp as well, but he is quite rusty too, and we know Nev can be pretty ambitious at times and also has a good handle on his book building and can catch his opponents off guard. So I expect this to be honestly pretty 50-50.
I do expect both of them to run pretty generic books, maybe with one or two mix-ups. I don't expect to see like level 3s mixed in there, but who knows?
Yeah, what do you think, Ink? Any predictions on your end?
Well, Nev, during qualifiers, I haven't actually gotten the chance to see his, like, main tournament games, but in qualifiers, he ran a pretty off-generic book with, I think, like, a lot of mobility, which was very interesting to me. So I'm curious to see if he's still running the same book or he switched it up. If he is running that book, that is going to make it a more interesting series to see how Harp approaches that set of spells. But also, yeah, I mean, these two players, they have a long history of getting second place in tournaments, so they're both going to be really wanting to get that first this time. And so I think they're both going to be fighting really hard for that, to get over that hump. Although, granted, Nev has won a tournament. It wasn't a tournament with a trophy. It was a open cup in the old league system. But Harpo has gotten second place like so many times it's like a meme at this point. I actually am going to slightly favor Nev, but like you said, it's pretty 50-50. Like, it could go either way here.
Yeah, that tendency toward off-meta will be interesting. Who's going to pick the off-meta book?
So I notified the players we're ready to start whenever. I'll let you two take away the commentary as soon as we begin. I don't know if they're still booking, but they're just in the lobby there. Of course, this is going to be the first match of our best of 5. First of 3 wins is going to take the set. So hopefully we won't see too many draws tonight, because otherwise we'll be here for a while. Oh, and we are underway.
All right, we're in. Let's take a quick look. All right, we see neither of the players have level 3s. So what does that tell you, Nibbles?
Well, like I said, I'm expecting fairly generic books here. Expecting Flight Fraud in both of them. Probably Mudball, Boulder, Clock Tower on both of them. Tree.
Yeah, it is interesting that he didn't prot there. Yeah.
I think he might see some portals, because I know that both of them were using them before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, normally you prot before you push, and Nev is just saying, you know what, I don't play by the rules, I'm just gonna rush it out in the open. Oh, he went for the mech! Oh man. He tried to get it through the tree with that angle right above the leaf there.
Yeah, there is only one angle that works, and it looks like he missed it.
Mm-hmm. Bank comes out. That's pretty popular in this Totem Arma. For those who don't know, you actually heal from the totems as they die. So they're both going to have it. Yep, as expected. Probably a tower here coming. Okay, shrooms. Interesting.
Very good Skyray there. Are punished for a little bit of greedy positioning.
Yeah, I was thinking, okay, we're going to figure out right now if he has Mega Boulder or not. But even then, I mean, if you hit the top of the tree with the Mega, probably doesn't do that much damage. Might be a little bit of a tricky lob, so he doesn't go for it. And And now, yeah, we're at a bit of a stalemate, as expected. Pretty defensive books. Harp's running away now. He knows that he's got a slight disadvantage because Nev's bank is still out. Sandy Shores, okay.
Yeah,
Was that something you expected?
Burning Sands. Yeah, I think I remember him running Burning Sands against me.
I see. Oh, unfortunate there by Harp. He went for the pebbles, but he actually was too close. The pebbles, directed right back into his tower, and it stopped them from all firing. So he didn't really get that much dig out of that.
Yeah, it did just enough that he's going to be detowered.
Yeah, so looks like Harp is going to have to take a bit more time, invest a bit more work into getting more space, because Burning Sands is pretty tricky to avoid compared to something like Aura of Decay. And
yeah, and as you can see from that indicator, it does show that he's in there, even though he isn't. So it's always difficult to know whether or not you actually are.
Yeah, a bit of a bug. Ooh, a nice play there. Oh, it just drops at the last second, but just lose out on 15 damage there or so. So not the end of the world. Harp needs to be careful here because... Oh, he goes for the lob. Oh, no. That's the last thing that Harp should probably have done, given that he's fairly rusty. But, not game losing yet, necessarily. Oh, pretty rough deluge there.
Yeah, a lot of miss on that day.
Okay, he can avoid the sands. And yeah, I'm expecting a tower. Here now it's kind of tricky to tell what the rest of Harp's book is, to be honest. It seems pretty generic. Maybe he has Ray. And so Nev is just going to be smart by camping under the tree. In order to push, though, he needs some protection from aerials, so that's why he's kind of chilling mid-map and not pushing. Okay, he's going to push anyway. He's going to say, all right, I can tank an aerial. Nearly got undercover.
Yeah. So it's interesting to see what Harp has as his counter to Fraud. Because we know that he doesn't have Consume Soul, because we saw him use Aura earlier. So maybe he has... maybe he has Gravity Pulse or Entangle, or maybe he has damage with it.
Yeah, the typical generic 7G book, without the Totem Arma, doesn't have Pulse or Entangle, but in Arma-type map, it can be pretty potent as well, because you can tangle your opponent into the Arma, and it can get to up to 100 plus damage in the late game.
You can get caught in 2 or 3 very easily.
Yeah, Harp has to go for damage here, otherwise he's lost. Okay. I mean, that's fine. If it were me, maybe Mega there would be better. You're down, you just have to go for it. This is difficult now for Harp, because with that Arma, what you can't do is teleport to the sides and hide as easily. I mean, you can, but you're going to be facing some pressure. Okay, gets knocked into the totem there. And no, he jumps through the... Oh, he jumps through the portal, he gets sunk. Oh, no.
Game 1 settled. Because we know that he has Mech Arrow here. And that Mech Arrow will sink.
Right, he even has Shores, yep. So... Oh, it actually just roots him into the sand, just sends him into the ground. He's now trapped.
Yeah. His tower is on cooldown, though, and so is Gate, so Burning Sand.
Yeah, and this is going to do 30 per tick.
Yeah.
Killed the bank so we didn't lose any health, because the bank offset that. And okay, at least he got some damage. The Arma is coming, okay. Down to 159. Don't think Nev has Ray, he's got Deluge, so has to bide his time here. Can't really push because of that void on the right. That's now gone.
Yes, he's got a prop of himself here, and he goes for prop.
Yeah. For sure.
I mean, Nev definitely could have finished the ball. Not finished him, left him very, very low.
Yeah, he could have. He had a chance there to do a little bit more damage, but just kind of playing it safe. Looking like pretty routine line here to just pebble again and clinch the victory. If Harp stays in the sand, he's going to get ticked for 30 and die, so unless I miscount, all right, he's just going to re-up it. All right, let's get this next game. Let's get this game done with and move on.
It'll be interesting to see if Harp changes books at all.
Yeah, I don't know. If I'm him, I might just go with my same book, to be honest, because seems like he was just a little bit rusty, kind of shaking it off there. I didn't see any like significant flaws in his book necessarily, but he just had a couple of pretty significant blunders that held him back.
Right.
So I'd work. Go ahead.
With the way that Nev is playing, I wouldn't bring Aura. I would bring Consume Soul here.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Oh,
we
Nev
see
switches to a comic book.
Yeah. This is a strength of Nev's to be able to, I think, be creative with his books and be a bit versatile, kind of catch his opponents off guard, in my opinion. Solid play here by Harp. A little bit suspect, maybe, because he can get damaged by like a Drain Bolt. Okay, they're doing some mutual trapping here. What do you think of this opener, Nibbles?
Well, I'm thinking Harp probably kills the Blood Bank here, yeah. And then it's a pretty neutral position. Both of them trap.
Yep, that's a good aura. He placed it down lower so that if Harp chooses to flash out, he drops and he's still in the aura. And we do see the bank come out.
It'll be big to see if Harp can keep that alive. Oh, Whisper Bomb.
Oh, I guess not. All right. Whisper Bomb in a comic book. Very interesting.
They were playing at a very fast pace here, only taking 2 or 3 seconds per turn.
Yeah, I'm surprised a little bit by kind of how willing... Oh, no! Oh, he threw the pebble over Nev's head.
Yeah, he was worried about it bouncing back, but I think he could have tried to put it through that wall.
Oh yeah, no, he has definitely an option there to just directly aim the pebbles. And it would likely be just fine. He could even probably scoot over to the right a little bit. But, you know, not completely lost, of course. Okay, the shard's coming out now. All of a sudden, Nev's saying, alright, I'm just going to rush him. He doesn't really have a safe teleport. I might consider commenting this. Just for the memes. Oh, he doesn't go for it. Dang. That might have done at least 100 or so. But, yeah, Harp has to go on the defensive now.
It looks like he's just trying to set up and see if Nev has anything to counter this bottom hide. We know that he does have Aura, but beyond that... Okay, Water Ball, so he probably does have Maelstrom as well.
He could have even detowered and then hit him with another Whisper Bomb, if he wanted. And then you end up with a line where he Whisper Bombs Harp, Harp maybe raise him, and then Nev just Whisper Bombs him again. And that's not a good trade for Harp there. Okay, bank is a good move. Pretty defensive. He has to do it. I mean, he's way behind now at this point.
Is that close enough to get the aura stack next turn?
I think so.
Harp may need to micro it, and if he doesn't, I think it's getting stacked.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yep.
It does, uh-huh. Yeah, nice play there by Nev. Okay, they're going to trade banks. You see the Armas coming out on the right side of the map. And yeah, Harp has to dig. It's interesting, you know, against comic books, I usually like to pebble down early and get a little hideout set up, you know, a little cove under the middle of the map. But Harp chose to kind of engage a little bit more closer with Nev.
And we do see that Nev did bring a counter to that sort of hiding, because he's got Water Ball, which again probably indicates Maelstrom, so Harp can't just hide at the bottom of the map.
Yeah, and his book is, I mean, it's pretty much Rush. Ooh, nice Whisper Bomb there by Nev. He's got, think about it, Comet, Whisper Bomb, Whisper Arrow, Water Ball, Maelstrom. That's like his whole book, pretty much. Bank, Water Ball, Maelstrom, the Whispers, and then all the spells he needs for Comet.
Yeah,
you know,
Frost Guards, Frost Arrow, Ice Shield, Ice Castle.
Yeah,
maybe Snowball.
Right, could be in there. It is good though in the long run. The Blood Bank will help both players really, but it doesn't do much for Nev if he's at 250. So he's gonna probably get all of his health back, Harp that is, and it'll be a little bit of a longer game. That's my prediction.
You could flash this out and then it opts for the aura, which means that a counter aura will kill that Blood Bank. I was just going to say, I think it was possible if you moved it all the way right to flash down and allow that Blood Bank to get out.
Yeah, some tricky micro the following turn, and there's a possibility that even if he flashes down, his tower blocks the bank from getting out as well. So,
right.
I'm not sure about that aura. Usually when you aura, you want to use it to whittle down prots. Here, I mean, maybe if Harp had Deluge, it would do more damage, because it's going to detower him, you know, but might have lost some tempo there. And yeah, the Whisper Bombs, he's getting a lot of mileage out of that.
Yeah. He's got this top position, and he can easily hit these Whisper Bombs. Should be able to hit them here.
Yeah, if I'm Harp, I might have just flashed down, just detowered and flashed down where he was. That way he's out of the aura and he's out of Whisper Bomb range.
Okay, opts not to go aggressive. And he has an Arma spawn pretty close to him.
Yeah, he's just biding his time. He does have map control. So even if an Arma comes close to him, Nev has the left side of the map, which there's an Arma over on the left he has to be aware of, but he's got the whole right side. He's got a lot of space.
Yeah. So that is his first Whisper Arrow, so he's got one left.
Didn't really do much to Harp, so potentially not really worth it. Huh? What do you think?
Yeah, I guess he just wanted to kill that Blood Bank and then chip away at that Prot Shield. I agree, probably not worth it. And a really unfortunate Arma there for Harp.
Yeah, although I think he can hop out of it. He's opting not to, though. That's a little bit risky, but... Harp needs to wait out like at least one more turn, because you've got the two totems there. There's, I think, one more turn on that larger void, and then 2 turns on the smaller one in the middle of the map. Yeah, so these are going to become really, really intrusive, really hard to deal with fast. They've just been kind of trading towers. Just Nev just rotating his towers at the top of the map, clock tower, ice tower, and just relying on the fact that he's got map control and a lot of mobility. Harp's pretty stuck. A lot of the Armas are at the bottom of the map. Just whittle away at him with Whispers, Water Balls, Aura, and win the game.
So I think what Harp is hoping for is to be able to get Flight brought up and get into a spot where he doesn't have to worry about either Whisper or Comet.
Yeah. But nice counter there from Nev to the strategy you were just mentioning is he's going to try to just pressure him with the Water Ball and intrude on his little hiding spot there. And good response. How often does this map draw in your experience? I'm not in the current tournament, and I'm curious.
We have had a fair few draws. I'd say maybe pretty similar actually to 10G, so about 15% of the time.
Uh-huh.
In one of my sets, I think we went to game 7 in a best of 3. So we had
Gotcha.
3 draws. Or sorry, 4 draws.
Okay, that's quite a lot. So it is possible for this to draw. That's another nice Whisper, though, out of Nev. And Harp couldn't really move because his flight is down.
Yeah, and probably one more coming.
Yeah, just needed to be a little bit further away to discourage the Whisper. But pretty much, unfortunately, making Nev's job a little bit easy in this case. But now he's going to run away, probably just tower up. And again, we're just going to go back to the tower. Protection shield, blood bank, spam. And all right, is he pushing? Is he just saying, all right, I'm done with this? We got to pressure. 3, 2, 1. Oh, barely gets that off. And he does all that, just a tower.
Yeah, so probably going to be Pebbles here.
I'm not sure about that positioning by Harp because he's... Okay, Mudball. He has to Mudball. He should have probably
He's just
stayed.
going to get Whisper Arrow, probably. Or Arc Bomb.
Right. Arc Bomb is going to come out. And so, yeah, I think you were right, Nibbles. Pebbles definitely the play from that tree. Okay, going to try to knock into the Aura. Think it works. Yep. Well done by Nev.
So outside of Aura, I don't think that Nev has too much to really chase if Harp goes far away. Because right now when he's staying close, he's just letting him hit him with these Whisper Bombs. If he opens up just enough distance to get out, then I think he'd be in a much stronger position.
Yeah, what we need, honestly, is a Whisper Bomb counter on this game. Also tracking the damage that it's been doing to Harp in this match. I feel like it's at least like 200 at this point.
And he does gate, but he gates right onto an Arma. At the same time, his blood bank dies.
Oh no. Is that big one up above him going to hit, do you think?
It will hit him if he towers, so he has to delay his tower. Oh,
He has to tower now to avoid the 100, the huge damage. Okay, good thing.
Yeah, so he burns his tower to avoid that Arma, and he should be able to set up to the right there. And you see Nev making sure that he's always staying within Whisper Bomb range.
Yep, and now he can't go back to the left because of the Arma. And so that was a great aggressive teleport by Nev there.
Yeah.
But
and,
Harp, yeah.
Yeah, this 4C not doing much, just going to get Whisper Bombed into the Arma and into the... Ooh.
Oh, he got so lucky. He got so lucky there. It does hit, but it doesn't knock him into the Aura. Wow, that was insane. How did that hit? Wild. Yeah, Water Ball was an option there, as they're pointing out in the chat. I think could have been a good option, just to pressure a little bit more, maybe threaten shards the following turn.
Yeah.
Force him to
I think that this is game, though, because he's going to take big damage from that Arma.
Yeah. And there's 2 of them converging on him. Oh, he gets knocked into it to 4 health. Oh, God.
Yeah, so
this is just disaster.
It flashes down, but
Maelstrom.
maybe a little too far.
Yeah.
Maelstrom should end it.
Rip. Dang, well, Harp's going to have to change up some things in this match. I don't know if that means book or what exactly he needs to do to try to get a win. But yeah, this is going to be an interesting game. Harp's got to get this win to stay in the series. Otherwise, we're going to have a quick commentary for you all. Do you expect any changes in the next game for either Harp or Nev?
So I think Nev might switch it up again just to keep Harp guessing. And I'd like to see something completely different from Harp because I don't think he's been playing at a high enough level for his generic to really pressure Nev. So I would love to see some cheese out of Harp.
Yeah, when you say cheese, what comes to mind? Is there anything specific or just like not generic, maybe throwing in a few level 3s?
So I ran what I would consider a few cheese books in this tournament. I ran some Shining Power mixes. I ran some Fury Waterlord mixes. We've seen other people running things like Meteor Nova.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Things that are really far off meta.
Yeah, I saw Slim Bill also ran a Nova book against DX that proved to be pretty effective in the last round. So Nova by itself can be quite oppressive as well. Let's see what they're cooking here. Okay. Looks like Harp sticking with his guns and just probably trying to wake himself up and be like, all right, this has not gone my way, but we're just going to stick to what I know best, which I think is definitely generic for Harp. The risky run of, going for cheese is that you may be able to catch your opponent off guard if you know the book pretty well, but especially given that Harp is coming back from the game after several months away, probably doesn't have a bunch of books at his disposal, and the comfort level.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a Q. Looked almost a little bit laggy there, but he was maybe trying to get another arrow off. Is he going to go for it again? Looks like he's aiming for it. Let's see. Oh, he does get it this time.
I don't think that's going to hit at all.
No. Is he going for the drop? Oh, he was trying to drop arrow it. That would have been a bit crazy. Actually, I don't think he was, but it's an option. Don't even know how that would work, though. That would take a lot of sandboxing to figure out that angle. Okay, great start by Harp then here with that. Essentially, it's a Q from Nev. Does get deluged here, so maybe better to just ray the bank and stay protected from the aerials under that tree. And okay, no clear advantage coming out from either player really in this opener. Harp does have a bank out. He's up one tempo in that respect. And then Nev, though, on the other hand, is up a prot. So fairly even here.
Yeah. Interesting to see if he'll gate out or will Harp chase. Does he have anything to chase?
Okay, early gate. Yeah, if I'm Harp here, I would want to try to pressure a little bit early if possible. Nev is going to get his... Oh, interesting. Floating castle? Okay, does that mean... Wait, he has glide... Maybe no flight then. Did we see flight out from Nev early? Yeah?
We have not seen flight yet this game.
We haven't. Okay, so we can basically guarantee he doesn't have flight because they don't share a cooldown, right? So
They do share a cooldown.
Oh, they do share a cooldown, so we wouldn't expect him to have both. That's what I meant. Yeah. And Nev, I guess it's not ideal for him to go to the side then if he doesn't have flight. He's pretty much stuck down there. He has to have some sort of dig like water ball and get to the middle of the map ASAP, because if the Armas come, he's going to be stuck. He's going to have to get out of there quick.
Harp trying to set up a hole to hide in.
Yeah, I think that's a good option. He does have water ball. Okay, so we're going to see them dig to the middle of the map. The tower was used to get that pixel out of there. A good move there. It's got to kill that totem. Well done by Harp and Nev there. Nev still doesn't have a blood bank out, so he's not getting any heals, but not like he needs them because he's at 250.
So
Okay, going for the early pebbles.
Yeah, spending a lot of time trying to chip and trying to dig to Nev. But like Spork is saying in chat, he's not setting up any prot, probably because he's worried that he's just going to get raid or deluged out of it. But
I mean, that's why he has this, giant hole here, so I think that he needs to start building it, otherwise he's going to get way too behind.
yeah, I'm not sure. I think Skyray fits. It should fit to hit him, so you may want to clear out a little bit of land.
Yeah, I see the angle that you're talking about. That little piece of land that's jutting out above Harp's head to the left, that could be raid to get some damage out. I'm expecting a couple of water balls to kind of get some sort of digging plan underway. Early Arma's not really that impactful here, to be honest. Are there any totems up at the top of the map? Not yet. So nothing really going on there. That deluge is going to do like 10, okay, 20 or so.
Yeah, just over 50.
Yeah, okay, not that much. So, I mean, it's all right, but it's kind of a nothing move.
Yeah.
Good aura there. Kind of zoning Nev here, and if he wants to avoid the damage, he has to do exactly that. Gate out. They're both allergic to the Arma a bit here. Okay, going for a flash. Interesting move.
Opening up some space so he can hide more easily from those aerials, and then probably pebble out to Nev on this turn. Or upgrade his prot first.
Yeah, I wonder with this type of book if it's even worth pebbling. Like at this point, if I'm Harp, I'm playing for turn 60, and I'm saying, look, you're flightless, your mobility is gonna be so rough in the late game, and there's gonna be way too many totems to even, think about avoiding in the late game without flight. So I wouldn't be aggressive here if I'm Harp.
No, the question is he actually flightless? He could be hiding it.
Could be hiding it, in which case, I don't know, we'd have to be careful about some like consume soul tech, where, Nev all of a sudden busts out flight, flies up to Harp, and consumes soul him for 90 damage.
Right, 'cause I don't think we've seen Brain or Aura from Nev this game.
Yeah, true. Good call. I wasn't even thinking about that, but yeah, of course he couldn't have Drain or Aura because it's the alt book. And I like Harp's position here. I think he will be able to pull this one out if I had to make a guess. Oh, double.
Because the Aura stacked that Arma that was on Nev.
Ah. Yeah, now it's going to die the following turn. There was a second one that came out.
Okay, does gate anyhow.
Yeah, it's probably a safe move.
Might see Skyray here from Harp.
Yeah, I would probably just go for damage. Oh, he's got Deluge. Nice. Full 90. Let's go.
So
Good move.
That is new. So I don't think he had it in his previous games.
Mm-hmm.
I think that there were times where I was cycling towers where it definitely would have been useful.
Yeah.
And we do know that he does have pebbles, so that could be a sink. Or maybe he just kills the armor next to himself.
Yeah, that's fair too. I don't think lobbing a pebble and also avoiding that Arma that's to the right of Nev would be very tough. And guaranteeing that those 2 pebbles that would hit his character after the tower is gone, very tough to do. So I like this call by Harp. Just be safe. And I think we're going to see how Nev's flightless, nature is going to possibly hurt him. Those Armas are gone now, though, so for the time being, he's doing all right.
Probably Aura here from Harp if he doesn't go for the kill on the Arma.
Yeah, I think killing the Arma is going to be more tempo, because then it's just going to uproot his whole hiding spot, so definitely got to go for that.
Now, have we seen Tree from Nev at all this game?
Not that I remember. We have seen it from Harp. There's one right above his head, right at the in the mid game or early game. So that is something to keep in mind too. There's some spells he hasn't revealed here. I mean, he's flightless, so he's got extra slots. Curious what he's sitting on. We've seen that. We know that he's got Water Ball Maelstrom. Ooh, nice aim there. Yeah, if I'm Harp, I like his approach to go down, run away. He's maybe going to look to do, to carve out some space and just, I don't know, deluge Nev on cooldown, keep his prots down. Nev doesn't have a lot of mobility, and on the contrary, Harp can just walk out of that Maelstrom and doesn't really do much. In fact, it might help Harp, because the Armas are going to pop up and he's just going to be able to run, wherever he wants around the map. Was that Ray there? Am I hallucinating?
Pretty sure it was Ray, and Deluge should be available.
Oh, it could. Okay, so double aerial. Very interesting. I was just surprised. That's why I asked. So Ray and Deluge.
And of course, he should be able to make it over 30 seconds for the Pebble, especially with the tower only on 35.
Yep.
Will that mech arrow reach?
I think so. It does get some fall off damage though. If it's in the air for roughly more than like 4.5, 5 seconds, it does about anywhere from like 10 damage to 30-ish. Doesn't do the full 50. Okay, we see a reprot. And at this point, Harp's pretty safe in his prots. That Deluge is going to do about 10. And we know that Nev doesn't have Sank. So I'm thinking either Consume Soul, which we haven't seen, or Grab Pulse. And I'm a little bit scared for Harp in that maybe late game he kind of just goes on autopilot, forgets that Nev hasn't revealed some spells, all of a sudden gets hit with Consume Soul back to back, and, ends up dropping this. Oh, perfect water ball there. Nicely aimed.
Not much damage out of it though. And now
Right.
maybe Harp is going for the sync. He should make it there with plenty of time.
You got this? Not quite. I think he could have got a little bit closer if he was just slightly more decisive, but maybe I'm expecting a little bit too much there.
If Sky Ray is off cooldown, he could Sky Ray with the sync here.
Oh, yeah. Interesting. Oh, he's going to go into the Arma. Great play. Wait, into all three of them.
Massive turn.
Whoa.
From Harp there.
Whoa, that is nasty. And Nev is screwed here. Wow. I didn't see that one live. That was a great play. That's something now that you have to really consider if you're going to get knocked into an Arma. And again, I keep mentioning flightless. He can't fly out and, get free.
He may have to go for the Deluge here and go for damage from the Arma, but no, just decided to gate.
Yep, he probably had to gate out just because of the impending Arma. But yeah, Harp just has to not throw. Basically, I'm just going to be blunt. and he should be good here. Anything can happen, though, because if he gets knocked into a totem that is pretty progressed, or however you want to say it, gets caught into one of the circles, he's going to get smacked for over 100. Okay, playing it safe. I think that's a fair move.
I'm still expecting to see like a flight consume reveal or something crazy from Nev, but
Right.
I think his book just is a little bit limited.
Oh, but imagine this line. Harp goes down, doesn't sync Nev, and Nev responds to the consume sync.
This is an easy sync. He should have.
Flashable, though. Oh, but there's a pixel right there. Yeah, maybe it wasn't so easy. You see that little piece of land right next to Nev? But he pulled it off. Great play by Harp there. We're not going to be able to see consume, man. Come on. That's disappointing.
It looks like Harp. I think I saw him use it one time, Portal, that is. And based on the way he's playing now, he doesn't have it. So that may have been one of the changes to his book.
Yeah, double aerial.
Correctly.
Portal would be nice here, but the double aerial is also quite good.
Yeah, it is turn 40, so he's down to 18 turns or so to close out.
Yeah. Oh, Nev pushing? Okay.
That should be a thing.
Well, here's the thing.
No, he has proc.
Yeah. If Harp pebbles, I think that was a little bit of a bait by Nev. Because Nev can get out, he can tree Harp, and Harp just gated. So he's trapped there. He's going to take a lot of damage from the Arma. Okay, he doesn't have trees, so then that line is just in the wind. Forget what I said.
Oh, he went the wrong side.
Oh no, and he's stuck. Oh, what? That did not go to plan. Okay, at least he didn't Q. Got the angle. Nice recovery there.
I was thinking he would jump over and drop down on the right side, flight up, and then sink him.
Yeah, he still probably has a flash sync angle here on Nev. But not going to risk it.
Yeah, just prod up.
Careful of the Arma. Yep, get out of there. Okay. Is he in range? I hope that he can stay alive. Okay, he did. Phew. Might be in range of a aerial, but I think, have we just seen Deluge out of Nev, not Ray? Or I might be mistaken, but... Okay, doesn't quite get out. You gotta abandon ship. Abandon ship. Don't get too close to that Arma. Nice Ray there. How are we looking on turns? 44, going on 45. Okay, this might be drawable. And I'd be pretty disappointed if I'm Harp and this draws. Because, I mean, that play, that Ray sync, or Ray knock into the double Armas was disgusting.
Yeah. And I definitely think that Harp makes some better book choices. We saw him bring Drain Bolt. I think for this set, with the utility that you get out of your blood bank healing late game, the Drain Bolt just really isn't worth it. And if he had something like another aerial or Quake to punish hiding when Ned is, that'd probably be a lot more useful.
Right. Yeah, I didn't necessarily think about the fact that he had Bank and Drain, because typically in generic you just bring Drain, but Bank is so good on this map that you just have to bring it. So that's a bit redundant for Harp. Yeah, you just gotta go for the damage. Oh, sick Mega. What? That was absolutely insane. When's the last time you saw a Mega like that? Wild.
Been a while, definitely. And he's got a really strong central position. That's why Nav had to go for that deep light, which he doesn't get.
Yeah, good call.
And get the Mega kill.
Yeah, just go. 3 seconds, he's got time. He's got time. Bounce it. Oh! Okay,
yeah. He knew he wasn't getting there.
Dang it. Man,
Nav does have mud, so probably mud's here.
Yeah, what a fall from grace there. Oh, Pinecone!
Oh.
There's the reveal! Oh, shit. Wow. But the Arma in the mid-map. It's creeping toward
He's
Nev.
captured by the Arma and that Aura.
Yeah, he's stuck.
And Floating
He's stuck.
Castle.
He's
Yeah,
got to get out
Floating
of there.
Castle not work there because they lose 2 towers in the same time. Can you land it through that gap?
I don't know what he has. Oh, he does have Drain still.
Yes. So 5 turns after I said that Drain was a bad choice, Harp landing a huge Drain.
Yeah, of course. I thought that you meant that he took Drain out this match, but of course he still has it. Dang. That was a sick sync there. Clutch for him.
Yeah.
9 turns, this is too much. There's no way to, do that Q trick where you're at turn 57, you drop in the water, and Q 3 turns to force a draw. I think he's gone. Probably Pebbles, I would do.
Yeah.
You want to be careful about counter pulse, so maybe he's just being cautious and saying Arma's going to kill him.
Arma. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, this is probably checkmate.
Yeah, Pebbles should get the G tower and then the Arma should kill. I didn't see how far off that was, but that was the Arma that G-towered, because the Pebbles did not get in.
Yeah, what was that there? Oh my gosh, I'm lagging. Are you lagging as well?
No, I'm seeing everything live.
Oh, okay.
It should be game.
Alright, I'm coming back in. Oops. Alright, now I'm back.
Easy clock.
Alright, easy clock for the win. Alright, awesome.
2-1 now to Nav. Harp coming back there.
Yeah, so we've got a series. And Harp shook off some rust in that match and had that epic Ray knock into the Arma, and then that boulder followed up by, unfortunately, a missed clock, but it was enough. That was an awesome boulder.
Oh,
Definitely.
You're straight into the next match.
Great.
No level 3 10 this time.
Yeah, looks like no level 3s. And, oh man, getting hyped. Game 4. Let's go. Let's see it. Now it's going to be quite a battle.
Okay, Nev bringing Flight this time. I think he really has to bring and Brought on this set. I know that we saw Slim win with the Nova mix that used back here instead, but I don't think it's optimal.
Just in general, you don't think it's optimal, or against a more generic book?
I think especially for this set, where you need to be able to get away from the Arma easily, and
I see.
Sometimes that'll mean you have to gate, and when you've got a tower that only has 4 uses as your only mobility, having to give up that tower to gate is just a really huge cost.
Yeah, is the idea maybe to win early, before even the Armas really get to be a factor? Force them to gate into a Nova, and then it's just game, and so you don't have to deal with any of that late game stuff. But I agree, generally. You're always going to lose late game to that flight prot type of generic stuff. But hard to know, yeah, what kind of changes did they make to their book? Okay, Nev might have gone back to his Game 1 mix with Sands Shores. We'll see what Harp chooses to do here. He could have also teleported left or teleported right. He had some options there, but he decided to do that Pebble on the left.
Yep, digging out of space so that he's safe from Deluge and Skyray.
Yeah, but he's going to have to tree above the space, probably, to get some extra protection. Okay, maybe he's okay there. All right, he flashes.
To keep that Skyray away.
Yeah, it did take a couple turns, so maybe Gate was slightly more precise there. But again, just a kind of small, subtle thing. He is building his prots, and Neves as well. This is very similar to just kind of a 7G opener. Got 4 turns until the Dark Totems.
Pretty sure Harp can get his blood bank out to the left. Yeah, and that's what he did. Ooh. He may have missed that a little bit. I think Skyray could hit if Nev has it.
Yeah, I think so too. Pretty clear. Yep. Doesn't hit Harp, but still, I think solid to get the bank down.
Yep.
Might be worth pebbling to the mid-map now, just to get a little bit more space in there. If I'm Nev, I might want to dig to the middle of the map as well, depending on what I have. But okay, he's just going to set up more shores, and the good thing about this for Nev is that any sand that's not red at the bottom there, he can click on for burning sands and do double damage, so just get some control.
Right.
Oh, dang, Harp counted the turns. Look at that. He's got his notepad out, and he knew that even though the sands was active, it was going to end. So
yeah,
he was safe to go
there.
Yep. On the other hand, though, he doesn't really have a spot where he can both be safe from aerials and safe from the 30 tick. Unless he gates, which I don't think it's worth to gate at this point, especially if you gate into an Arma, and then you're like, okay, instant regret. So we're just into some pretty basic spell rotations of Prot, Bank, Pebbles, Sandy Shores, Burning Sands, and Aura. Nothing too much else happening in this match.
Yep. Nev with a little bit of an advantage. She's got more Prot and he's got his Blood Bank. So.
He's also got probably a slightly better map position and can create space to the mid-map. And not apply quite as much zoning as Nev, and by that I mean Burning Sands is a lot more difficult to avoid than Aura, and so Harp has to be a lot more careful about that. Nev can just walk out of the Aura, it's pretty easily. He does have Arcane Bomb though too, which isn't quite as good at digging. It does kind of give a little bit extra dig with the arrows, but you know, not as much of a radius as Flash. Not really hurting him, though, at this point.
Last turn of Burning Sands, so Harp going to go back to middle.
Uh-huh. And all of that is scorched at the bottom, so if Nev were to use a Burning Sands again, it's only going to do 15. So a smart move there by Harp. And this is where Arcane Bomb is really, unfortunately, like, probably C tier, maybe D tier, is getting out of trees. It just doesn't work at all. Not sure about that Aura placement from Harp, because you know that he has Arcane Bomb, he can't really get out of the tree. But okay, Nev is fine with it, he's just going to gate out anyway. Arma's kind of a non-factor. It doesn't really do actually that much, the Armas, if you can just kill them off cooldown with Pebbles. It does get tricky when, you know, 2 or 3 start showing up.
Right.
Okay, going aggressive. What do you think about this approach to go up top? Would you rather have stayed down, or what would you do?
I think we've seen Pinecone from Nev in multiple books, so we might see it again, and that's his Flight Rock counter, where he's going to try to get a big cross-map hit with a sync. So I think he's sort of baiting that fight, and Harp doesn't want any part of it.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Oh, maybe he does. Does he have Gravity Pulse?
Ooh, that would be nice. But he's not going to the other side. If he had Pulse, he would have gone to the other side.
Right.
So, would have been a sick play, though. Just getting all that momentum back.
Yeah, probably Arcane Bomb's out. He's got plenty of prop.
Yep, Arcane Bomb. Harp's probably going to mud again, Arcane Bomb again. And it's just kind of a bit of a new game. We're back to 0-0 turn 1 with just a bunch of Armas. Okay, goes for a clock. It's not a terrible play, I would think. I think that's solid, maybe a little unorthodox, but I guess he doesn't really win the trade because Harp can now, or Nev can now deflight. So not that ideal. Oh, Nev has pulse. Oh, man. So Harp fell for the trap when we thought that he might have had pulse. Nev pulls it out. Oh, that's rough. Harp didn't anticipate that in that moment. Of course, neither of us called it out either. But alright, has to go for a prot. I keep thinking he might have consume, but I don't think I'll get my wish there.
No, well, and that's a mistake now from Harp. He's probably going to get pulse into that alarm.
Oh, just pine coned. Oh, ow. Oh, but it's not the turn yet for it, so...
Wrong turn, yeah, so...
Lucky.
Nev, good positioning, though he's not going to get knocked into it. And Harp, a slight positional error, going to tip a little bit from that Arma.
Yeah, Pebble could have been okay to maybe just deflight Nev and get him into the Arma.
Yeah.
I don't know if it would have. Maybe he would have been okay, barely, but... Yeah, Harp, you gotta run. Yep, you got a tower, probably.
Yep.
And, okay, that Arma above Nev is gonna do some work.
Yeah, and the one below as well, so they're converging on it. And he is forced to gate out.
Yep, get out of there. He's gotta run. So, curious if we see... Have they swapped out Tree from their books? Okay, no, Harp still has it. So I think that's a good play. That Arma's pretty close. Going to converge on Nev over the next few turns. Arcane Bomb's good.
Will that be the survive? Barely.
Does it? Oh, yeah. Yep, 20. 20 damage there. Oh, no, he sank it. Maybe just resummon. Oh, kind of a bit of a panic aura there with the placement, maybe. He can just walk out of it. But on the other hand...
walking out's a mistake. His gate's on cooldown, and now he's locked in by that aura with the Arma coming in one turn.
Yeah, I just thought of that as I said it. I was like, actually, yeah, he's zoned in there. He's trapped. So that's not going to be ideal for Nev. And, oh my gosh.
We're early enough that Arma is not going to do big damage, and yet we'll avoid it.
Yeah, they have to play kind of keep away here. Yeah, if I'm Harp, I might just flash down. Or, yeah, Bank is fine. But is it, though? I mean, you just Burning Sands.
Yeah.
He does Burning Sands here. That's where it gets tricky, though, because they really got to be intentional with their movement. Get out of there, Harp. Yep. Mid-map. Nice. All right, good turn. Solid. Nev's going to escape to the middle of the map. Okay, never mind. He's just going to go up a little bit. But it's interesting. We've seen players sometimes just sacrifice their prots with the being open in the top of the map, you know, vulnerable to Ray or Deluge, in favor of just like avoiding the Arma. You don't typically do that in just like a regular 7G match that has standard Arma default.
So Aura is off cooldown. You could screen him in here.
Yeah. That's an option. He's just going for space. Yep. Fair. They're both somewhat safe for the next at least 2 or 3 turns. And how are we doing on turns at this point? Halfway done. Okay. I feel like I thought we were a bit further along, but I guess not. Probably kill that totem. Might be a little bit tricky. I don't know how much those move, but there is some knockback damage or knockback movement with Pebble. So
they are, I think, pretty much identical to actual totems. They don't have the outer border, but they do take up the same amount of space.
Mhm.
And if you bring Sphinx, obviously it's not worth it for this set with it being 10 seconds. You can actually mind control your opponent's totems and move them around.
I see. Meaning the Arma, the totem Arma, or
Yeah. You can
interesting.
move totem Arma with Sphinx. Again,
That's
not very practical for a 10-second.
Yeah, that's a bit of a unique play. I wouldn't have expected that. Okay, we see the aura again. Zoning, like you mentioned a few turns ago. Doing a good job there. Although Nev is pretty safe as well. Just can, hide a little bit to the left.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Harp is getting cooked. Okay, so he does get out of the.
Yeah, I think that's a fair teleport, unless I am missing something. He did teleport, avoiding the sands as well. Nev trying to push, I think he's still safe. Even if Nev pushes after the aura's gone, he may be vulnerable to an aerial. There's not really an angle to get on Harp here. Okay, good tree.
Yeah, and he never could have pushed through that aura because he does have the prot that was done after the aura. Yeah, so he does push straight through it.
Yeah, so he's going to get ready to push here and apply some pressure. The difficult thing about dealing with pressure when you have a book with Arcane Bomb is the response to Mud is just Arcane Bomb, and then they basically do two things in one turn. They get freed and they do some damage to their opponent.
And he might be in range of pulse here into the Arma.
Potentially, although can he get there? He does get there. Pulse coming. Oh, that's going to hurt. Oh, once again, it doesn't hurt because the turns were off and there's not really a way to tell. Oh, Mega. He stays in. Oh, man.
Does take damage.
Yeah, he had gate on cooldown because he went mid-map. He probably had one turn left. Oh, no. Misses the pine cone.
And should get the deflight into the Arma here, or no?
He's just got to get out of there. He's too worried about his own health, I think.
Yeah. And that should be an easy Arcane Bomb sink.
Yeah, seems like it. Although it's a little bit tricky to stick Arcane Bomb. He does it, though.
Yep.
He does it. Wow, nice sink
even
there.
Even if he had gone that hole on the left side, it would have been large enough radius to sink.
Yeah. So, well played there by Nev. Still sitting at enough turns to be able to close this out, so Harp is not really looking too good, unfortunately, here. Oh, man. A solid nearly 70 pine cone. Harp doesn't have many options. Goes for the drain.
And that's where I think having consumed full over drain is big in this sort of game. You're not going to be, spamming pegs and getting those double drains.
Uh-huh. Oh, and he has spores as well to just add insult to injury here.
Yeah. Is he going to go for the tree here? I don't think he can do it. So has to prot.
Yeah, prot is fine here. He's going to take a little bit of damage from the Arma, but it's not really a factor. It's pretty negligible.
Yep, and you can just keep chasing with Pinecone.
Yep, deflight with Pinecone. Just take a little bit of a some reassurance with the spores. And it seems like, yeah, Harp's out of options. Once again, he just has to drain spam till he gets some health back. Pinecone could kill here, but it might do 60. We're about to find out. Yeah, it does 60. So
the flash sync is on here for Harp.
Yep, flash sync definitely possible here. Nice. Well done.
Buys himself one more turn.
He's still in it. We're still in it, baby. Let's go.
And if his flight is up, that's another sync.
Ooh. I see the
It's not an
angle
easy
that you're,
sync, but it's definitely there.
I see the angle that you're cooking up, but I don't think that's gonna be something that happens in 10 seconds, unfortunately. But ooh, that would have been disgusting. Oh, he almost. Oh, I got
The angle
scared.
I was talking about would have been up and right into the roof and had to drop down.
Yeah, I got scared for him there. I thought he nearly sunk himself and jumped over the pixel into the water. That would have been nuts.
Or I threw a screen probably or tree.
Yeah. Okay, and this is he's not lost yet. So a little bit of reprieve now that that void's gone. Gonna get a bank up. I think that's safe, although baiting the burning sands, and then he follows up with a prot, which is probably gonna happen. These players all know those types of lines. Okay, he's gonna stay in the sands, it looks like. Yeah, because the Arma is, I mean, that's expanding quite big in that middle there. Deluge might kill. Oh, 20. Still alive. What can we do?
So you gotta watch out for Ray. Gotta move from Burning Sands.
Yeah, very tricky.
And Ray kills there.
Yeah. Water ball kills too, if he has it.
Oh,
Mech missed, but a cog hit. Oh, and then he knocked him
with the
onto the Arma. Oh, man.
oh, what a game!
That was wild. My god, I did not expect that ending there.
Completely unnecessary though for that mech because if I remember correctly, he had shown Skyray that game, and there was definitely a gap there.
Oh, yeah, I believe he does. He did have that. But yeah, that was a wild series. And yeah, Nev is going to advance to face the winner of Slimville versus Lespork, which will likely take place tomorrow afternoon. It's looking like in the US. So okay, looks like
Harp.
We've got Harp joining here, and okay, it looks like Nev has other obligations, not able to interview. So Harp, thanks for joining us for the interview. We know it's unfortunate that this series didn't go your way. How are you feeling about the match?
First game and a half or first two games, I feel like I kind of dropped. Just like I wasn't in the zone. I kind of was in the zone second game, but I still kind of faltered. Yeah, I don't know. First game I definitely dropped, and I think just Nev had really cool books, really good prep. He's a better player, honestly. I think I could have better kept my bank alive, but he had good Burning Sands to kill it right away. So yeah, I'd have to look back and see what I did wrong, honestly.
Yeah, that sands, that Shores Sands combo to just kill your bank off spawn can be pretty oppressive. But you did heat up in the middle of the match, able to make a little bit of a comeback and shake off some of the rust. Did you gain any bit of confidence as you went through the series and kind of got that first win?
I gained a little bit of confidence. There's no rust, man. There's maybe a tiny bit, but I should be decently ready enough. Honestly,
Yeah.
I played enough games. Of course, I could have done more practice games in tens, but who has time for that?
Yeah, for sure.
So, Harp, question about book selection. It looks like for pretty much all four games, you had very similar books with some minor changes. I think we saw you at Deluge later on because you were having trouble in the Comet game against his tower rotation.
Yep.
Do you just feel comfortable with that basic core that you had and you didn't want to change it too much?
Yeah, I felt comfortable with the core spells, honestly. That I'm used to generic. I'm not gonna play flightless, which I'm already uncomfortable with on a map that isn't favorable to flightless. Maybe I could have switched up like 2 spells. Maybe like remove Mega Bolt or something like that for more utility spells. It'd still be awkward playing without Mega, but yeah. The Deluge was definitely because of the tower rotation, and he felt comfortable up top, so he had books engineered to like, oh, pressure him to the side, you know. So it was like, okay, I'm gonna try to contest top a little bit with Deluge.
One thing that I mentioned on stream, your decision to bring Drain Bolt in addition to having Blood Bank or Hemogoblin, do you think that Drain is worth it in this set? Because I'll be honest, I don't think it is, and I think there were times where in game 3, the game that you won, where you would chase him to one side and get a sink or get pressure and he would get to the other side, and you didn't have anything to punish that. You didn't have Portal or Quake or anything like that. Do you think that Drain is one of those spells that you could have dropped, or do you feel it's necessary to have?
Yeah, I think I thought about it before the game, but I was like, okay, I'm comfortable enough with the Drain. I'm going to keep it, you know, because you stick with what you're comfortable with in times of uncertainty. The Drain is kind of redundant, but then you have to really be on your bank game. That's what my thought I had is like you have to really be on your bank game if you drop Drain. And I wasn't on my bank game, honestly. But I didn't use Drain to use a little bit of Drain, but honestly not too much. And so dropping it for a spell slot would be more optimal, honestly, if you're an optimal player. Yeah, I probably could have switched out for another spell, and that might have helped me out a little bit, honestly. Even Mushrooms, dude. Just to like stall out a game or like, you know, up the offensive. But yeah.
Yeah, you talked
with Mushrooms. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, you talked about being on your bank game. I was wondering, what does that look like to kind of use bank well? Are you putting it further away from, you know, Nev, kind of using it to maybe trap, or how do you use it effectively?
Honestly, away from aerials and on high ground, honestly. So you can change levels with the bank if necessary. There's a balance to it, but if find a mobile area for it, maybe some high ground, away from aerials, away from aura. I guess those are like the general principles of bank.
Gotcha. Yeah, makes sense. Did you have something to add, Nibbles? Sorry, I cut you off. Last question.
No. I was just saying that he mentioned shrooms or spores, and we did see Nev running those. Probably, yeah. I don't think he really ended up using them in the end. I think he was more just a top off to be at 250 for that last win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, was there anything that kind of caught you off guard as you were facing off against Nev throughout the series in terms of, I don't know, spells that he used or, you know, strategy?
Gravity Pulse, no, because I think Nev is famous for his Gravity Pulse.
Yeah, very true.
And then Arc Bomb, no, I saw that in his previous games. I think against you, Nibbles, or someone else. I think the Whisper Bomb in like one of the games, and Whisper Arrow caught me off guard. It was a comic game. It was just able to apply consistent pressure. Maybe if I had double towers that game, that would have helped, but I don't know. Yeah, well, the Whisper caught me off guard, and then what was the last game he brought? I think there was something that caught me off guard a little bit. Oh, I don't know, just like the flight play, the flight play, you know. I don't know. He played well. Honestly, I can't think of what else.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe at some point he might have got some mileage out of Consume, but we never saw Consume Soul just because, I don't know, maybe Aura is just too good to bring. But he did use Burning Sands, so yeah, maybe that would have been a play for him to bring. But
because I knew he would bring Burning Sands. I knew he'd have Arc Bomb. I knew he'd have whatever he might bring Gravity Pulse. But I couldn't. I kind of like made out his book, and I really couldn't find the best way to punish. I think if I had more collaboration with like some other Tensors, I think we could have like figured something out. Like, okay, is he being low agree with these spells? What is he dropping because of this? What can I use to capitalize? But if I'm sticking to the same old spells over and over again, I'm too scared to switch up a spell to capitalize, so that's kind of my fault.
Yeah, it can be pretty difficult to try and suss out, okay, how do I react? First figure out what he's missing, and then react to it in just 10 seconds. It's much easier in like a high time setting.
Yeah.
Any other questions on your end, Ink or Nibbles? Don't want to take too much of your time on our end, Harp.
Well, there is still a third place match to play, right, Harp?
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, there is one. I mean, it's gonna be a best of one. We don't put too much emphasis on the third place match because it's sort of just for a trophy, just the bronze trophy and a few extra coins. But I don't know. I mean, I guess. Do you have any preference on who you want to play for that?
Well, I mean, a bronze trophy does. I don't have a bronze trophy yet, so that sounds nice. And coins always sound nice. I would probably play Bill, honestly, but he's better than me, honestly. I don't want to play Bill or Spork, but maybe Bill. I guess I feel like I could figure out his play style.
Yeah, tough
Gotcha.
choice. Tough choice there.
It is a tough choice. I mean, we're at the point of the tournament where everybody's elite. We actually got a pretty stacked tournament in terms of like players like coming to the game. The last tournament we didn't really have too many of the like absolute elite OG players that win all the tournaments. And as a result, we got a new tournament winner, which was really great to see in that respect. But this one's definitely very heavy on the competition end. I mean, we got all the big names for tens playing pretty much that normally enter tournaments at least. There's some that don't. Like 110 obviously doesn't enter tournaments, but everybody knows he's a top player. But yeah, at this point, top four, you don't really get much of a good choice, right? So it is what it is. But yeah, before we wrap it up, I do want to say, well, I hope this was a good welcome back, Harp, because you didn't play for quite a while, and you came back and got top four, so it's a pretty big achievement, regardless, coming after such a hiatus. And we hope to see more of you in the future.
All right. Yeah. Thank you, man. Oh yeah. Thanks for everything.
For
Thanks
sure.
for coming on, Harp, and fun watching your games.
Yeah, well
Of course.
played.
Later, guys.
Right, so on that note, we will wrap this up shortly. Before we do, I want to do a couple things. First of all, shout outs to our commentators for today, Coeval and Nibbles. You can follow them. Coeval is the only one with socials. You can give Coeval a sub on YouTube. He does have a YouTube channel that produces quite a few ARC videos. A little bit more inactive nowadays because he's a bit busy with school and all that, but nonetheless, still definitely worth a sub. So go check him out. And of course, if you'd like to follow myself, the host of the broadcast for today, you can follow me at those Twitch or YouTube links. Right. Also, of course, since this is the first semifinals match, I'm sure many of you would want to know when the second one is. And to that, I don't have a very specific answer, but I have one that's good enough probably to go with. There will be a match tomorrow. I don't know, Coeval, do you know what time? Did they agree on a time, or is that not confirmed yet?
Yeah, it looks like Bill was available. He said between like 6 and 10 GMT. He's in the UK, so that's like around like midday Tuesday, but I don't know what your availability is too if you can only do the evening. We'll have to figure it out.
I can do midday. Yeah, so for ESC conversions, that's between 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern. So somewhere around that time tomorrow, we will get Bill and Sport. The specifics of that are not confirmed yet, so I cannot tell you, oh yeah, with definitive certainty that it's going to be 2 p.m. Eastern, for example, or whatever. It's just going to be somewhere between 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. So if you aren't already in the Discord, well, definitely get on in there, because that is where you can get notifications for the broadcast of the matches. There is a ping roll that you can pick up to, of course, get notified whenever a broadcast of a tournament match is live. So yeah, if you don't have that already, definitely go pick that up, and then you will know for sure when the match is tomorrow. But in the meantime, yeah, thank you all for watching. We will see you tomorrow afternoon, and have a good evening.
Thanks all.
Right. Good night.